All right, hi. We're back with more elimination notes. Remember yesterday's video? We kind of skipped this step and I said we would talk about it tomorrow. It says sometimes you need to multiply one or both equations in order for them to eliminate. So let's look back here at number 1. Remember, these y's eliminated because plus 2y minus 2y are opposites and they cancel each other out because they equal to 0. Sometimes it's not always that easy. So flip over to the back of your paper. So sometimes you need to multiply one or both equations. So for example, here in number 1. I look for something to eliminate. First of all, they're in standard form. ax plus by equals c, ax plus by equals c, so that's good. Now I look to see if my x's or my y's can eliminate. Negative 2x plus and negative 5x. Those are not opposites. They do not equal to 0, so they don't cancel each other out. Positive 2y and positive 2y. Those are also not opposites, so they don't cancel each other out. So you got to think, what would I need to do in order to make either these x's cancel out or these y's cancel out? Is there anything I could multiply a negative 2 by to turn it into a 5, which we would need to cancel out? And there is nothing. So then I look here. I need one of these to become a negative 2y, so that way they can cancel out. How do I make a positive 2y turn into a negative 2y? All I have to do is multiply it by negative 1. Multiply by negative 1. Now, the thing about equations is I can't just change one thing about the equation. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I actually have to multiply by negative 1 for every single thing that's in this equation. So my new equation, after I multiply everything by negative 1, negative 1 times negative 2x is positive 2x. Negative 1 times positive 2y is negative 2y. And then 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. So there's my new equation. All I did was change it by multiplying everything by negative 1. And if you do it to every single thing, then the equation remains equal. Now I'm just going to slide over my second equation here, negative 5x plus 2y equals 26. Now I do regular elimination. Those still don't eliminate, but now these do because they're opposite. So those cancel out. Now I'm going to add up my like terms. 2x plus a negative 5x is negative 3x equals, and then 26 minus 8, let's see, 16, and then 1, and take the sign of the bigger number, it's positive. This means multiply, the inverse is to divide. 18 divided by negative 3 is a negative 6. So my solution for the x is negative 6. Now I just got to go find my y. Now the part about this is you can use any equation. This original equation, or this equation that we changed. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to use this top equation because it has small numbers, but it honestly doesn't matter at all. So I'm going to rewrite that, negative 2 times x, but instead of writing x, I'm going to plug in negative 6 plus 2y equals 8. Negative 2 times negative 6 is 12. Plus 2y equals 8. Drop it down. Now just do inverse operations or story to solve. 8 minus 12 is negative 4. Divide by 2. I get y equals negative 2. So here is my solution point. So I pretty much did regular elimination. I just had to multiply through by a negative 1 first so that something would eliminate. Let's look at this second problem. So I always look, yes, they're in standard form, yay. Now I look to see if anything can eliminate. -3 and -12, nope. +6 and -4, nope. Now I know there's nothing I can multiply this smaller number 4 by to turn into the larger number 6. So let's look back at our x's. -3 and -12. I know I can do 3 times 4 and it will be 12. But now I got to think about my signs. Since this one is a -12, I want this top one to be a +12. So I need to multiply by a -4 because a negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 4 will be 12. I have to multiply every single thing in that top equation by -4. Now, it's just a coincidence that it's this top equation that we're multiplying in both. It could be the bottom equation. All right, so let's do our math. -3x times -4 is +12x. +6 times -4 is -24y. Equals 15 times -4. I know it's going to be negative. 2 times 15 is 30, and I have 2 groups of that, so it's going to be 60. Then we just slide this over. -12x minus 4y equals -24. So now we look to see what eliminates. My +12 and my -12 do eliminate now. That's what we wanted. -24y minus 4y is a -28y. I just combined my like terms. -60 minus 24 is a -84. And then we divide by -28, divide by -28. Y equals, a negative divided by negative is a positive. 28 goes into 84. Let's see, I'm guessing 4 times. Let's see. 8 times 4 is 32. 8, 9, 10, 11. Too many. Let's try 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6. That's it. So it was 3. +3. All right, so far I know my y coordinate is going to be 3. Now I can use this equation, or this equation that I changed. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use the top one again just because it's smaller numbers. Now be careful, I'm plugging in for y this time. So I have -3x plus 6 times y, which I now know to be 3, equals 15. That's 18, drop down the rest. Now inverse operations. Subtract 18, subtract 18. -3x equals 15 minus 18 is -3. You divide. X equals a +1. So there is my solution. Cool. All right, we'll stop right there. If you want to challenge yourself to try this bottom one, you can, but it is not required. Thank you very much.